Hello, hello, my name is Emma and welcome back to the KFC dating sim, basically. The title's still too long for me to remember. One day has not been enough to help me remember. And we're starting the next part of the story, so recap. Before this, we caught, what's her name? Ashlach and Van the Man doing some secret witch stuff. You know, all the cursed items, all the throwing the potato skins at what's his name? That tiny kid dude. And now here we are. We'll see what happens, because, you know, before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via a timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. I mean, not gonna lie, the poses they're doing is pretty cute and pretty in sync. You're on, bitches! A bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool! Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Emma. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please— oh, shit. Let me get into the voice. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing course. What is a sportsing court? What is a sportsing? You do all the sports at once? Sportsing? Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer! Did you just I don't like how you're blinking, professor? Teacher? Oh my god. Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. How does this happen? How is it on my eyeballs? How is it optically projected onto my eyeballs? I don't understand. Now that's what I'm talking about. Arrgh! I stand corrected. Everyone here is insane. The hard ways build solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. I hope it does too, because I want to beat them so I can eat. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. She's got a good tagline. But she's a rich kid, I think, too. Well, actually, you can face pressure as a rich kid. She's got a pretty sick tagline. I will defeat you myself. What happened to Van? I miss you, Van. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees, Fahrenheit. Fuck! Shush. Fuck. I don't know. Is it Celsius? It might be Celsius. Pretend that didn't happen. I definitely know how to cook. No one can say otherwise. So, yeah, it definitely did. Boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It's been so long since I've had chemistry, I don't even know the thing, you know? 100 degrees Celsius, that's right! But how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that? I know, right? I'm no baseline knowledge. Winner gets to rub my furry— oh. Winner gets to rub my furry belly! Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're gonna need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 10? 11? Fuck, I think it's 11. Guys. I don't eat KFC that often, it's fine. I thought he said 10, okay? I can't count. I'm in a cooking school. I definitely can't count. I just use I just use my eyes, you know? That's what they say. That's how I was taught. Not really. But, like, let me lie, okay? Let me lie! Okay, no, it's 11. That's right! You may not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're heading in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Bro, where your tail? You don't got no tail. I'm sorry, Sprinkles. Now that you've got the basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most food? The most flavor? Gratitude. Fuck, is it oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Look, I know you guys might be saying that I'm restarting a lot, okay? But like, it's Colonel Sanders. You really want me to not entice Colonel Sanders? Because if you do, I'm disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. Celsius, 11. It's vigilance. Fucking hell! It's gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. Small town girl, boy, that's what I am. That's right, this is your shot and you're not gonna miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? It's sizzling! Fuck! So what's the sound of success? Bubbly! Is it silence? Is it really a sound then? Game? Is it really a sound then? If it's silence? Come on, Colonel. I thought you were better than this. I thought you know basic English. Because I definitely don't. I stumbled over those words. Silence. Just like my brain right now. I cannot. You're right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken in with it, they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eyes. I believe in you, Emma! Thanks, Colonel. I want your chicken staff, though, as a reward. Kinda like it. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing that he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now, all you can think about is Colonel Sanders and his beautiful, beautiful horse. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill? It is what it is. Colonel Sanders isn't worth that much anyway. Ugh. You're stranded on a deserted island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! Hubba hubba. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. Wedding vows! What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, she's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up for the time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. She did not just do that. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance used in a kitchen, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have hands, but Emma does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know whether it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You won't go far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you notice how serious the area was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue the dough before it's over mixed, but then it mixes your hand too! Emma, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. Oh, ew, bleh, It's immediately crushed by the spinning mixing beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. It's okay! I can do this single-handedly. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. It's okay, it's a taste of blood in the dough. No one will care. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing now. The battle's over. I can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Doesn't everyone want a taste of my blood? Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply cannot go on. Oh, is that too bad? And here I was with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. It wouldn't be fair to compare you two on account of Emma's injury. Yeah, suck it, Ashley. Suck it! You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he looks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes so good and tells a story of excellence. I mean, it is a pretty good looking dish. It's a little too shiny noised though, you know what I mean? Also, the drip kind of looks like a spoon, and I don't know how to feel about that. I was going to ask Emma to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be a little too difficult. I have 2 hands, Ashley. I have 2 hands. Are you blind? I have broken hand and I have normal hand. I can use my normal hand, you know. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Oh, that is pretty. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nugget, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Is that croquet? Okay, sure. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you! Yeah, he's definitely complimenting you if you look in his eyes. Those dead eyes, honestly, they're cold. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. I mean, to be fair, I don't have a dish. I don't have a dish. And I refuse to go back, so this is my only chance. But I'm putting myself between them. Like, why would I let them do anything? Reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. For real? For real, bro? You wild. You wild. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Should've just hosed down his face with a hose. Maybe, guys, I just don't want Colonel Sanders anymore. Maybe I just don't need him. I don't need a man in my life. Game over. Freaking heck. Fine. Fine. Jeez, Colonel, you're such a wishy-washy man. Why save it for later when you can eat it now? What are you? Patient? Ew. Disgusting. Gross. Oh man, I have to go from the start? Okay, boys, I'm back and my hand's broken again. Now it's time to internalize the rage I feel. Hold in my feelings and let them explode in like 30 seconds. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. Ah, they burn, they burn. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Eyebrows grow back, I think. Probably. It's fine. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried eyebrow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love, and they decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. No, stay away. Keep that chocolate on your mustache. I don't want to fucking see that. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the dubs getting lost, but from that run-in with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out, honestly. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone, Colonel? You didn't even want me to do- I wanted the chocolate on your stash! And you didn't even let me have it! I'm a loser! I'm not fit to fill your fryer! I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? I mean, I've never seen it. That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. Jesus Christ, this man. But I've walked down other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I even fell in love with one, but we won't talk about it. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. Bro, what the fuck? Why did you have a gunfight in the first place? Yeah, I didn't know, and I wouldn't expect that. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like the guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was gonna amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from being the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite in him. A burning passion! One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is beer. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. Does the oil ever get on his suit? Also, why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. And be eaten on Christmas in some countries. Yay! Why is he here? Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Gork! The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko. I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Gorko, my twin! And I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Gorko? Well, we're twins. So, no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's ready on the same page as you. It's just that, well, we beat Gorko pretty easily. So I don't think you have much of a chance, not to mention I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Emma is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short to be making enemies. I suppose we don't really need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. Well, they're actually more like sporks, but I guess. Sporks aren't that sharp normally, if I'm being honest. All the best for tasting food. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this, bitch! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna toss my hand into his mouth so he'd eat my bloody hand, but that's fine too. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it! You were human once? Well, no. I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at the school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. I mean... Chihuahua's got a reputation, you know. A magic spellbook. Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you ever find a book, I beg of you, respect it. Oh, actually, that crying look was not that good either. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on those dark, evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I'll be there. And that's how we made friends with the Spork Monster 2.0! Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Emma. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Oh, personal invite in a personal place, private even? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Bro was born with a goatee. What the fuck? Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Yeah, I'll take his chicken on the way back. Looks like you've lived an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching. Never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you ever worked on any new recipes on your own lately? I've always been excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? I mean, does that mean it's something soft? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I'll reveal it. I trust him enough, honestly. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw! The shredded cabbage drip. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' looks hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think about it on the moment. You would offer to make him more, but he seems like a sort of sentimental kind of guy. Yeah, that's why he keeps chocolate on his stash. I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about that. Definitely. Sure, why not? Didn't even give me chocolate, though. Asshole. Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now that it would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Yeah, tell me about that stash, bro. An adorable little baby crawls across the floor. That's sitting. First of all, that's sitting. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he's waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person that would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? Am I right? Tap on an item? What's this? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment. Which number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared, sashimi style? And my answer to that is no, because of salmonella, I am pretty sure. Camel. The pyramids exist. You know, let's stop there. The pyramids exist, but it's Colonel Sanders, but old. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? The door opens, I see, but I want to look at the chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real! Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel when it was alive. Probably ate it. The little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." What about the urn? There's an urn, it's dusty, but you wipe it off so you can read the inscription. Here it says, "Here lies all the ashes of my past careers and business failures. R.I.P. Kern." Picture. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're standing in front of a store. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? Leave. I'm having a moment. You open the window a crack and he's swept out with the breeze. Candle. Bet it's chicken scented. Let's see. Power tool scented? What? What is this? What is this? Oh, it's one of the secret ingredients. Wow, Colonel. You have some You been, like, brushing your stash with this or something, bro? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. So Colonel's hair is silver. Interesting. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. Yeah, it's pretty big on me, if I'm being honest. But it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. A little too love-struck, but I mean, who am I to say? They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear him returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't really usually loan those out, but I must say, it looks good on you. Ah, crap, the jacket! Well, I guess this is mine now. You forgot to take it off. Tell the truth. You confess. What? Colonel, I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Also, he brought food. I need to eat the food. Colonel? Yes, Emma? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk into the night and drift off into a slumber. I didn't go home? I'm sleeping here? Okay. Dream sequence! You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. It's also the last day of school. You think about the new secret ingredient you learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Colonel Sanders been feeding us illegal food, guys? Is that what they're saying? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a generously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whisked up. It's meticulous. It's always the same food. It's always chicken and biscuits. You taste his food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say we're a perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I mean, it's pretty good food. It's pretty good food. You know, I think we just might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. I wasn't even ready. I only have a coleslaw. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can do is run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Not here. Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I was worried that something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me at school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I partnered up with Clay, he asked me to go out with him. Were the hearts always there on the window? I'm not sure. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned up polite and respectful. I'm not that type of girl. But he was just interested in spending on one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know that little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go with a talking pressure cooker? Dude, Clank don't even talk. Clank beeps. Clank beeps? And also, that thing falling down fast! And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam the time to tell this whole story, however. Bottling up your details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Haha, nothing happened, just the emotional connections. Whew. Wowzers. Gotta love the dialogue here. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on and focus on school. Bro! If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right! After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Yeah, I tell you not to fall in love with a sentient, insentient being. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, hey Van Van. What's up, Van Van? Ashley's there too, I guess, but what's up, Van Van? When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Honestly, Pop will be fine. Pop figures things out. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. That's bullying children, man. You sure you want to do that? I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip, too. Oh, why don't you pick on someone your own side? Because I'm literally the biggest person in school? There's the horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Emma! Suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse? Now you're twisting my words, Van Van. I always knew your brain wasn't big, but it's okay. Now I'm twisting my words now you're twisting my words and I can't have that. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Emma, how's the hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was excited, but your presentation was quite impressive. Your flavors, maybe a bit lacking, I guess. What is he doing? Complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey cheese sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say, it was bland. Excuse me, Emma, I'm more than capable of speaking for myself. Well, why didn't you then, Colonel? Why didn't you? Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine food. See you inside, Emma. Annoyed by his inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel from that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! What's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It appears to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in magic, even though I saw the spork monster. I'd call that an abomination. A grimoire? Like the Book of Spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? Yeah, but it's a lot of work. I don't want to do it. I can think of one sure way to find out. You open the book covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the pages. I can use the spell here saying that it'll erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you, maybe do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Kinda curious. I will cast it! You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is make you forget what it is you were doing. Oh right, looking at the pages again, it comes rushing back to you. You got the memory crushing spell sitting in front of you. I do it again. And the only again? Oh, they're not letting me do that. Okay, I won't do it then. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Sure, watch. He stops in his track, focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you fall his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. He turns pale and runs to the window. He begins barking at the squirrel outside. He begins barking at the squirrel outside. Terrence? I told you to never come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over but doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Seems you gotta ignore, doggo. You'd better not show your chubby cheeks here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrels in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Emma, for reminding me to dole out that indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Oh my? Sprinkles is interrupted. I told you to save it for class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank are arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Bzz. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can date them. You can hold all their hands as you pedal down the mountain, or go off a cliff for all I care. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gas of Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps of his panel, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh no, he broke. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank blurts out a deep-fried sneaker. Ugh. Ugh. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, guess it looks okay? Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam! I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. How long has we been working on this title? Years? How often does the school open? Every 3 days does it refresh? But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, you good? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. You and me, we're gonna cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not! Well, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for the both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone you met today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who wouldn't settle for the first one to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should review my menu today. It's gonna be a very special one. And I bet Professor Dog's gonna love it. With his one bite, one slurp of it because it's a tiny soup. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you have a better idea of how to spend your time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of the final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. My famous chicken pot pie. I do like chicken pot pie a lot, so I could say it's also my favorite. After practicing for months, making the dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Go away! I'm busy! You were mean to me earlier. I don't want you. Amal, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, I'm just, taking it in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm a big manifester. I manifest my energies and my foods. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide, right now, you have to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision is kind of hard to stick with. The thing is, this is our final exam. I don't know if I should be letting him know. But he already knows I'm doing it, and it's better to get advice, I guess. He knows more about chicken than I do. And I'm making a chicken pot pie anyway. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's a pretty far... You dog? You part dog? Is that why the dog likes you, Colonel? That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know, you knew it was a pot pie from just the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it's made with a heaping helping of TLC. The lickin' chicken. I regret everything. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. Ah, fuck! Fuck, my chicken! The moment of truth. Wow. It's a beautiful chicken pot pie. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. You already ate my pie? I thought we were just looking at we just took the pie out of the oven, man. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could have eaten this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkle lays the ground rules. There's no rules. There is except to cook with everything you've got. Murder? Okay. Poisoning? Okay. Even murdering me? You can try. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van the Man-Man and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Dude, can't she? She should just get very specifically heavy-duty glasses that'll magnify it so she doesn't even need to hold the magnifying thing. She can just look. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, and he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe. R. It's not trademarked. R. Fried chicken. What does the R even mean? Circle R. Is it like trademarked in a way? The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really special cooking moves. Okay, this is a shonen battle now. As they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. What the fuck? You're psychic too, Colonel? Egg wash! What the fuck is an egg wash? Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend! Baster blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Oh my gosh, Ashley's doing it too. Shallow... Man, she really called it out, eh? Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets into it. Oh my god, you're speaking English, Clank? What the frick? 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique! Wait, when did Clank learn how to speak English? He was so heartbroken that he just learned. It's the singularity, as was foretold! We mustn't let it happen or the implied uprising will take us all. Self-destruct... Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out? Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? Her eyes are a little sus. You've got to look at the book. You've got a book of your own. You didn't get a look at the book. And you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No. No. Spork taught us not to. I am a law-abiding child. I will do as Spork has told me to. Do it the hard way, bitch. Who needs magic when you've got passion and the love of... Maybe not the love of... The friendship of Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Man, you were losing me earlier, Colonel, but now you're kind of getting me again. I believe in you, Emma. Miriam notices too. And I always believe in you, Emma, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Oh my god. Miriam. You really do know when it matters to me, huh? You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. You're done, Miriam? Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Miriam! Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Wow, third one? Third one? Interesting. So there's something. There's something, and now we have Steve. Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters? We spork monsters are many. I think Gork had the day off, but you have conjoined Steve and I hate to battle. So I'd say, you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids at your culinary schools really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Sure, Steve. Oh, well, you can stand off to the side, Steve. Sorry, Steve, but I'm in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, poor Steve. Poor Steve. I hate it when you cry because it looks kind of creepy, but poor Steve. Steve the spork monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, I guess, yeah, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, I was actually born. Did you know that? I wasn't just created. You can feel the spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. Kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and when I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve, and you go, shoo, 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 be gone, potato man. And he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! That's how I made another friend, boys! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Yeah, I summon the deep power. It's my time to yell out random words. I can do this. I have what it takes. I'm here to win. I'm gonna yell chicken pot pie or so. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange. Bro really pulled a DBZ reference, kinda. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. It's all for my pop! My country town pop! Your heart is pure. My heart is pure. No one else's, only mine. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, Emma, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. Shut the fuck up, ghost! The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue, you asshole! Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, you've suffered setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude? Ah, my forts! Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches and rolling on the ground. Why are you on the ground? Please get off the ground. We're in a kitchen. That's kind of unsanitary. He steps up to his station, or he steps to your station, and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. What about Miriam? I miss you, Miriam. All you managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? There are no rules! Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy! Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. I love chicken tenders. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting the famous bowl? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but class seems incomplete. It's because Clank's gone. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that only comes from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. You might want to check that out, Teach. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad! It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. Also, does Pop even know how to cook? Like, let's be real, right? Pop only knows how to eat so far. You kids and your pranks! I must say it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! That all rhymes! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear the signature or beep or other onomatopoeia, and there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. No one here would be so rude as to unplug him anyway. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your finished projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long of school. I'm already kind of tired of it. But after days, exactly 3, of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I made... Holy shit, that is small. Tender udon noodles in a savory soup with tea. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki ice pie afloat in that itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Miriam, I love you so much. Sprinkles carefully sniffs the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who wouldn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it myself. Look, dog slopper is not my taste. And in a flash, the entire meal was devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup, actually. It's probably like half a thimble, if I'm being honest. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Let's go, Miriam! Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Emma, for helping me believe in myself. Ban, you're up! Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an all-hedged urchin shell topped with caviar. Very expensive, very flashy. Did you score one type of urchin with spines from a second differently colored type of urchin? Yes, sprinkles! Bit much, don't you think? Poor Van. Your art will never be appreciated here. That's exactly why I did it! A bit much is a bit of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slursh around. Please be gentle with my cuisine! Finally, Sprinkle goes all in, tongue first. But he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this! It keeps poking my tongue! Disqualified! If only you had a human one, man. Human ones would have done it, but the dog, you should have taken into account the dog, man. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? This isn't the last time you'll hear of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashla. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar. Okay, everything she makes though is super pretty. And actually, that doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. Actually, are you okay? Are you in the right school? Are you sure you don't want to go to like those maybe places where like you learn how to make model food instead? Cause we're at the cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Emma? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yes, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. All these impudent students don't understand English, or that I'm a dog. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged, Ashley. You are disqualified! Rage takes over Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know High and Kadeen if it cooked you! And with that, she runs off. Actually, she storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. Okay, honestly, good for you, Ashley. This isn't the last you'll hear of me either. If the class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What begins as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Magic sound effect. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away! In my 49 dog years of life. Can dogs live to 49? Can dogs actually live to 49? For some reason I thought they died earlier, not gonna lie. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. Maybe it's because Sprinkles is a chef. Manages his own nutrition. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass! You get a pass, but no one gets a car because no one can drive. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. We all seem to transcend the reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new item menu. The new menu is so impressive that even Ban Ban and Ashley, I don't know why I'm still calling her Ashley, are drawn back by the magnificent fragments. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that, indeed, you are an excellent chef. Thanks, guys. I always knew you had it in you, but this is the only taste you're getting because you guys have been so mean to me. Sprinkles declares that you have passed! Everyone has passed! There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive, high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. Oh, DJ Dog in the house! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says he can't teach an old dog new tricks? Haha, haha, he's old. Oh, casual clothes! Casual clothes! Your casual clothes is so cute, Ashley. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did when they were villains. No, I think you guys should just full commit, let's be honest. I think that'd be so much fun. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone's together, it's the Spork Monster! He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I prefer that everyone refers to me by my new name. Party Monster! Student tries to finish what he has to say, but no one fucking cares, okay? Let's be real. Dejected, he walks off. Oh, your clothes is cute too. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love of her cooking. And you know she's gonna be great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop! He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking atop the carpet, you see perched upon his dirty chef hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had to mail it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Bro, nepotism! Pop got in with nepotism! Ah, now I get it. And we got a new wing of the school, not to mention in honor of educating the son of the counselor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Whoa, wait, did you grow? It's Clank, who had arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. He's changed. I am Clank, and I am not from Earth. I am actually from a faraway planet, in another dimension. What? What? Also, your hat's cute, Clank. Nice hat. What? I actually felt like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. Come on. She just got independent. Leave her alone. I just began to learn who I am. This isn't time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by her maturity. It's pretty clear she managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are kind of weird. The portal opens up, and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sander arrives. We can tell by the petals. Howdy, classmates. Judging heavily. It's okay. I like Miriam's outfit more. Miriam's cuter. I wish he wore like the fanciest shit ever. That would have been so funny though. Just like the first day you met him, he came prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get the most famous chicken man in the I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Isn't this the coleslaw? Interesting. The end? Oh, wait, okay. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken. Colonel Sanders finds you as sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Oh, I'm just sitting in the corner, as I always do. That's about right. Emma, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me for a dance. Wink wonk stink song. I wonder, might you tell me? What are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of the head, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? I would love to, Colonel! I guess. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out before you. Really? You can see the future already? You just started dancing, okay. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'd be ready to take a day off, and I'd be glad to spend it with you, Emma. Colonel, I think you're gonna be dead by then. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Can I cut him in half and take the other? Do we want to cut him in half vertically or horizontally? Which one's the most even? I think it's vertically. Can I just take half? Will you be able to enter sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll in a pastry school. Oh, my dear Emma, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. Will I really? Mister, I'm trying to run and open my 100th branch. The end. I don't get this ending. Let's be honest, guys. I don't get this ending. What the fuck just happened? Are we together or not? Am I going to pastry school? Can I just go to pastry school and never come back? I like pastries a lot anyway. But yeah. I guess that was... We're not gonna watch that? I guess that was KFC Colonel Sandy. That's what I'll call it. KFC Colonel Sandy! I enjoyed it at the start, and then Colonel Sanders lost his way with me, and then he kind of regained it at the end, and then he lost me again, so I think I'm just gonna stick with birds for now on. Birds are better love interests than people. I've already confirmed this at that point. Wait, what? I've already confirmed that at this point. So, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.